Hey, welcome to the show, guys. We have a great show in store for you tonight. Wait until you guys get a chance to meet our guest. I'm very excited about tonight's show. Let's get to the introductions. Todd, how you doing, sir?
I'm feeling amazing, man. I cannot wait for this show to get started today.
Oh, you too.
Oh, I know. It's just something in the air. It's something special in the air, and they have no idea what it is yet.
Right. Stay tuned.
Eavesdrop.
Mr. Paul, how you doing, sir?
Hey, blessed. Happy to be here. Can't wait for this podcast to get rolling.
All right. Well, audience, I'm about to introduce our guest. I'm going to introduce our guest with a statement. She is the fly cleaning lady of California, the kid that did, having motion like the ocean, Adrianna, owner and CEO of Adrianna's Cleaning Service Corporation. How are you doing today?
That was a great intro. Yes, it is the kid that did have emotion like the ocean. What's up, everybody? I am Adrianna's Cleaning Service, and I'm excited and happy to be here.
Beautiful. I love it. You actually you made a mention of a student of the craft, cleaning. What would you mean by that?
What I mean by a student of the craft, I'm constantly learning. I feel like I'm only as good as my last clean. And so I don't let my years in business go to my head. I'm just still a student. I'm still learning. I can learn from anyone. And there's always new techniques all the time.
Love it. You also are a vessel between God and those who seek him.
Mm-hmm. I am.
Good stuff. And then a little bit more about your story. It's an inspiring story. It's a victory story. You come from the streets.
I do.
You have a background where you're abused by your father. Your mother was on drugs. Mm-hmm. You were on your own since the age of 13.
Mm-hmm.
Made some bad street choices. But in the end, God brought you out of all, and he can also do that for others.
Amen.
He was molding me the whole time.
And you are now an accomplished businesswoman at peace with yourself.
I am. I love myself now.
I love that.
Yeah, I do.
Yeah, that's so nice.
Mm-hmm.
What an intro, right, guys? Now we're going to get a little bit of some details to the story so we can find out a little bit more about this awesome woman. And then we're going to go ahead and get into our interview and rounds of questions, all right? So you grew up in Eugene, Oregon, and you're biracial. So this was actually going to be the Oregon family was your Mexican side, which was your father's side.
Yes.
Okay. And then things got a little ugly, because from the ages of 6 to 9,
mm-hmm.
There was abuse going on.
Yes.
Okay. And then mother was addicted to drugs.
Mm-hmm.
During the 90s riots. You came back. You came to LA to live with now the other side of your family,
mm-hmm.
which was your mom's side, which she's Black. And
mm-hmm.
this was going to be living with your grandmother in LA.
Mm-hmm. My mother's mom.
Okay, mother's mom. Started gangbanging.
Mm-hmm.
Spent a lot of time incarceration.
I did.
Wow, that one threw me back. I was like, really? Participated in harsh drugs, alcohol, criminal activity. Age 13, you had your first apartment.
I did.
Ooh,
How did she
wow.
do
How
that?
do you do that?
Fucking with tricks. Hey.
Yeah, straight up, right?
Yep. Hey, man, I'm homeless.
Yeah, straight up. As a 41-year-old, you don't even look 41. You look like you're like
Thank
early
you.
30s.
Yeah.
Oh, I love that. Yeah, keep it coming.
Definitely.
41-year-old entrepreneur. You regret nothing from your past.
Mm-mm.
It's
Right
what
on.
built your character and your story. Hopefully, people that listen to your story, if they're in your same position or same position, they can have some hope there's going to be a happy ending.
Yes.
And you always truly believe if God helped you through this, he can do it for somebody else.
Absolutely.
All right, guys, that's the first half of this story. We're getting to know her a little bit more. I got a few more points before we get into our questions, though. There's more to the story. You were abandoned by your parents and abandoned by your grandmother eventually because of going to juvenile hall so many times.
Mm-hmm.
And then being released by your family. You're being released to your family, but your family refused to come get you because you was wild.
Yeah, I was bad.
And then you became a ward of the court.
I did.
Became angry. extremely active in the streets. You were hurt.
Extremely.
But then there's a great line that you end this with. You say that today, though, you love your children and others the way you needed from your family as a youth, and you treat others and aid others the way they needed to be. It should have been for you when you were young.
That's beautiful.
Became the example.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Wow. I don't know if y'all are ready for this.
Wow.
That was good.
I do not know if y'all are ready for this. But Senorita, when we send out the questionnaire, we usually ask what you feel passionate about talking and what kind of ideas or specific beliefs. And you had mentioned that fear is something you can talk about. How fear can hold you back, how the wrong crowd can hinder you and hold you back.
Oh, yeah.
Street stuff, how to stay out of the street, how to get out of the streets. I hope you're ready because we're going to go round robin with this.
No, I'm ready. I got my bat round for round. Let's go.
All right. Well, strap on your seatbelts, audience. We're about to go on a wild ride. First part of the questions here are going to be on fear, mental traps, freedom. First question. What's a fear that followed you for years before you finally broke free from it?
Not being able to stand on my own 2 feet alone. So because I've been on my own since I was 13, you could imagine dealing with grown men, someone always taking care of me. So I never was on my own, and I was afraid of that. And for so long, I was just always comfortable. I always had like a fixed income. So fear just kept me back from my potential and my dreams. And so, yeah, for a long time, I was afraid.
So the fear that followed you for years before you finally broke free was whether or not you can make it on your own.
So yes, being alone, but then also, once you start hanging with different crowds and you start sightseeing and getting out of your environment, you start seeing that there's more in life. And my first time ever knowing that there was more for me than just gangbanging in the streets is when my daughter's father, my ex-husband, great friends now, in 2002, he took me to Nigeria, Lagos. So from that point on, and I was heavy in the streets. I mean, I was smoking sherm. Oh boy, listen. And he's a complete square. He's an Air Force veteran, all of that. So anyhow, that was my first reality check to there's more to life than me just being stuck in the streets. And fear, it's fear. It's fear will hold you back. It's a mindset.
I think this is going to be a great show.
It's going to be awesome.
But, can fear be useful? And then the second part of that, or is it always the enemy of growth?
Okay, that is a great question. It's both, in my experience. It's growth for sure, but it's also where you don't know if it's going to work. It's like straddling the fence, kind of. You see other people making it and succeeding, but what works for other people don't always work for you. And so it's really in the mind. And I think that if we get out of our own way, we could grow, we could go a lot further.
True.
So
I have a 2-part question.
Okay.
How can someone tell when fear is disguising itself as logic or caution?
Shit. I don't know, because it's a lot of masks.
Yeah.
You know,
that is true.
Let me be real with y'all. So that's a great question. And I hope I'm going to make sense with what I'm about to say to answer that. So a lot of people you be thinking is strong. It's kind of like that saying, don't meet your hero because you'll be disappointed.
Yeah.
And I've ran into a lot of that.
That's deep.
And so you be thinking that this motherfucker got it all.
But then-
And you meet them in real life and you get to know them on any kind of relationship, friendship, anything.
Yeah.
And you realize like, oh no, like they put up a great facade.
Mm.
And you be thinking that they fearless and they got it all together, but they don't. Then it gives me the strength like, bitch, you got it all going on. This motherfucker ain't got shit going on. And they in a Bentley,
Yeah.
Fendi'd out the game. I'm in a 2011 CRV Honda.
We hit, yeah.
My shit paid for.
Yeah, we here.
I take trips to Greece and
Yeah.
I shouldn't have no fear.
That part.
So
All right. So the second part is, this is good. How do you know when fear is protecting you versus when it's just holding you hostage?
okay, that's a great question. So I felt like when I was on the county for 7 years, that held me back. Oh my gosh, I would
'Cause you were
never
stuck
do
in the
that
system.
again. I was afraid, but I felt like if it was a good afraid. And I felt like, first of all, I didn't have no confidence that I could do it without getting that secure county check. I always had a job, but to have that secure county check where you know it's going to come through and pay the bill,
Yeah.
whether you want to work, and that's when I was lazy too. You be like, this is a safe fear because it's working for me. It's helping me. Nobody's helping me and I do need help. But then it's also like, this shit holding me back. I could do much more. I'm scared to lose $700 a month.
Yeah. Because you can only make a certain amount. You don't have it no more.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And they want so much to get that little 700.
Oh, you
and I
got
was-
to jump through some serious hoops.
Man, are you kidding me? And don't miss a paperwork or a signature.
Yeah, you got to do it every year too.
Boy, listen here. So
Oh, you missed the date.
it can be both.
That's wild.
Sometimes it's the mental. It goes back to the mind.
Yeah.
In reality, that was a stupid safe. Like, no, get on. You could do it.
Yeah.
Have faith. But what a lot of poverty stricken or lower class, we grow up like that. So it's in the home. It's the Willie Lynch letter
It's the
environment.
Yeah.
You think that's safe and you think that's the best move. So
Yeah.
that holds you back. That would be to me of you're thinking it's safe, but it's really not
Got you.
as far as fear.
Yeah.
That leads right into my question. What's the most dangerous thing about living in fear that people underestimate?
What is the most dangerous thing that people
Because I saw that playing out.
underestimate?
I saw that playing.
Wait, say that again. Let
Rewind
me,
the question.
yeah, rewind that.
I saw that playing itself out in your answer just right now. So, what's the most dangerous thing about living in fear that people often underestimate? I think they can get comfortable.
Okay, great. You can get comfortable and stagnated. You could lose focus. And you could miss out on all your fucking blessings. That's dangerous. You could miss out on opportunity because one quick, just little example to that. Someone asked me, can you get to New York? This is an opportunity of a lifetime. And I could today, but then I couldn't. But only fear held me back then. So see, it all kind of goes back to that. That can be dangerous. You can miss a lifetime opportunity that can change your life.
Damn.
Wow.
Stuff.
That's heavy.
I like it.
So, what advice would you give to someone who doesn't even realize fear is running their life?
Oh man, so look, I would give a lot of fucking advice because fear ran my life, my whole fucking life.
Wow.
And I'm just now telling my story because I'm not afraid anymore. I used to couldn't do this. I wouldn't be able to do this. So I would tell people, first of all, you're not even living life and you don't know what life is like until you can stand on your own 2 feet. And not meaning that not having a 9 to 5, not that type. Like, yes, if you got to have a job and not be an entrepreneur, business owner, cool. We get that. But what I mean by it's a lot of people scared to be on their own. And it's a lot of people mentality afraid of the unknown because I was. I was afraid of, okay, if I let this county go and I just work my bills, work 2 jobs, and I don't have that cushion, I really got to get up on my feet and get up off my ass and go to work. People be afraid of that and lazy. You got to be real with yourself. And a lot of people not real with themselves. And I was lazy as fuck, thinking that I'm hustling, I'm doing shit, but I'm really lazy because I'm keeping that. I didn't never have Section 8 or low income. I wish, but I'd never got that. But people
that's another long line you gotta wait. That's like in the lotto.
It's like people don't want to lose that. And it's like, man, I always tell people, man, imagine I went from making $700 a month to making 200-some thousand a year. I would have never did that if I did not take that risk and that leap of faith. I was afraid of losing the fucking county. Why? Wow. I was afraid of the Medi-Cal, everything, when I had all of this bodied up in me, all this potential. I love to clean. I always had talent. I've always been confident. So I would say a lot. I would just tell people to go for it. It might seem scary, and it is very scary, but it's also very liberating. Yeah. So you just got to take that risk, and it's not going to be easy. No. But it's going to be rewarding.
It's true.
To a second part of Todd's question, when he said about they don't even realize that it's running their life. Do you see it? Can you sit down in a group of 4 or 5 other ladies and see how many of them fear is running their life?
Oh, hell yeah. I could see it from a lot of women that I still know that's asking me, what should I do? How did you do it? How can I do it? But you got to fucking have drive. A lot of people don't got drive and ambition.
Wow.
I can't fucking help you if you're not ready to have drive and ambition.
That's right.
A lot of people always got excuses. You cannot have an excuse. Some excuses are real. I mean, we understand life happens, things happen, real emergencies, but a lot of people are fucking lazy.
Yeah, I believe that.
And that's really all it is. They have all this potential, all this drive. Let me tell you, I try to hire people that I know that are great workers doing good. They rather go and work at Chipotle than to work with me, and I pay way more. You making way more money with me. I can't offer you benefits and insurance and all that. You're a 1099 subcontractor, but you're only working so many hours with me. You could really get on, and if you show dedication and ambition and drive, I'm gonna help put you on. But see, people be afraid to come to you. They rather go to Chipotle, the mall, the movies. And it's like, I was trying to offer you real liberation and real wealth, freedom mentally, but.
And working underneath your mind.
And working underneath yourself.
That's right.
Like
have full autonomy of your own schedule.
Yeah. And they be afraid. And I think what it is they really be lazy because you got to show up and really be on time and do it. Yeah. You got to show up and be present. Right. Yeah. So, people, they be in their own way. It's just they be in their own way, and I see it a lot. It's a lot of potential, a lot of talent, but people are afraid, and I'm not really sure what your situation is, but in my experience with families and friends, they are afraid of losing that government assistance.
That's wild.
That is really all it is.
I have a question for you.
Comfort.
Yeah, comfort. Yeah. Do you believe fear is taught, inherited, or developed from experience? And how has that played out in your life?
No, it's inherited, I think, from my experience. I don't think you adapt it I think that it starts in the home. It starts in the home. And why I say that from my experience, my mama was on the county her whole fucking life. Audrey, she was never a fucking mama. She always put a nigga before us. She always wrote a nigga in the pen. She died and left all her shit to a nigga in the pen she never met in her life.
Really?
We didn't fight it. It was only none but fucking $8,000. They brought their hillbilly asses down from Adelanto. They was already on Section 8 and everything, you name it. They came and wanted all my mama little $8,000 fucking dollars. And we let her have it. Wow. Take this shit. She didn't have shit anyway. My mama was a county recipient her whole fucking life. She was on welfare, knew how to scam it. My grandmother was on welfare. My mama was so cold with it. That bitch wanted her fucking own in-home care service worker check.
Shit.
She would do anybody damage. And I loved her. She was my mama, but she was a rotten ass bitch. And she always just was really foul. She was an Aquarius hardcore motherfucker. And I knew she loved me, but she never told me that. And to the day she died, I was the only child out of her 3 kids who took her out to eat to where she wanted to fucking go. And then she died a month later. And she didn't leave us shit. And in her will, her motherfucking ass wrote her will 10 years before she died. She did not leave nothing for me or my daughters, but we didn't give a fuck. Like I said, she didn't have shit. Wow. So, but she was a cold bitch.
This is deep.
So I come from a woman like that where I loved her though. She was my mother. I could call her a cold bitch and all that, but I wouldn't stand for somebody else doing that to my mama, saying that, because she did birth me and she was so fucked up psychologically. That's what, getting back to the question. Her mama was always on welfare and Section 8 and blah, blah, blah. My mama she was a hypochondriac too. She was lazy and a hypochondriac, fat, overweight, didn't give a fuck. And yeah, so it start in the home, and that's where I got it from. My mama would tell me how to jerk the county, do this. She wouldn't push us to be business owners, finish school, do that. So if you notice, and I'm gonna wrap it up with this, if you notice children in China, Asia, what they're doing in preschool, they're knitting, sewing, cooking, doing karate. They're fighting against male and female little kids. They're teaching their children at a young age of economics, financial, this, that. Here, we are our kids are growing up watching
holding cell phones, watching TikTok.
All of that.
Cheetos.
You know,
government.
You're a product of your environment. And I am too, because from Oregon, I come to the 40s. So, you know, it starts... I think it starts in the home, and you just grow up until somebody break the cycle, like myself.
Unless you find that friend that puts you on, like, look.
That too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, it is inherited.
So I think it's inherited.
Yeah.
I think so.
Yeah, you called your mom by her first name.
Audrey, that's all she was. She in the urn in our house by my plants. I keep her around Good Life. Hope it rub off on her ass. Okay. Yeah, I do. I say, what's up, Audrey? I rub her, wipe her, take care of her. And I'll always be like, with your fat ass. But I love her. She know I love her. She was never a mother or a grandmother. Yeah. She fucked up my credit. I had to get it back together. You know, she was never a mom.
Yeah.
And when I was being molested by my daddy for 3 years, and when I came back down to LA, she was drinking heavy at this time. She just was like, Audrey, like, so what? Get over it. My mom knew my dad was molesting me and didn't do nothing. That was my mom's mentality. Man. So for me, it was like, and I was 10, my mom saying this to me. Wow. So from that point on, you just learn to be kind of like, fuck it, cold. Nope, don't feel sorry for me. And you just move forward. So my mama mentality was inherited. Yeah. You know, and she was poor her whole fucking life. I'm not fucking poor. Yeah. And I ain't gonna be poor, never.
You changed the family cycle.
You fucking right.
Yeah, you're the curse breaker in the family.
I am. Out of my 3 brothers, they older than me. Yeah, they losers. They fucking self.
They in the trenches?
They in the trenches now. They called me while I was coming here. They calling me. I'm from Rolling 40 Crip. Okay, I'm Tiny Ice Bear from the dark side. But I don't gangbang anymore. But I like to say that because that is who I am. That is what made me.
You made it up?
But I am Adrianna. That's my government. But this is some real shit. This real. This can't be made up. My daughter could tell you. As I was coming up here getting ready, my brother Stefan is from Rolling 30 Crib. He right now over there in a park going crazy, drinking, full-fledged crazy. They calling me 911. Man, come get your brother. He trying to fight everybody, bumped his head. I'm like, man, I'm on my way to a podcast. I can't fucking come. That nigga, I'm not his fucking mama. I'm his sister. That nigga my big brother, but I gotta go. Call 911. Don't fucking call me back. And they was like, oh, damn, T.I. Oh, okay. All right. Yeah. I'm not nobody's mama. And so, yes, it's inherited because his loser ass mentality.
Shit.
He ain't gonna never fucking grow up.
Big bro's active.
What we tell you?
Question about moms.
Shit.
Was she a teenage mom?
She was a teenage mom. She had Stefan, my eldest brother, who we just talked about, at 16. My mom grew up in Aliso Village with Hispanics. That's how she met my dad. She went to Centinela. My mama a blood from Fruitown, Piru.
Damn.
Compton.
Sheesh.
Yeah, Audrey. She was really bicking it blood. Yeah.
That's cool.
And all of us is Crips. You heard?
That's crazy.
O card. No,
All right.
That's deep.
Takes us to another question.
that's real.
So, Adrianna, how do you stay fearless without becoming reckless?
I keep myself grounded. I don't put myself in situations where I might get tempted to be who I was and who I no longer want to be. I'm solo bolo. I don't roll with nobody. I don't hang with nobody. And once you get out the streets, you cannot straddle the fence. So with that, I don't fiend or get lonely or be like, oh, let me just go back and just say what's up or let me go have a drink. Nah, I got a full bar at home. Anything I want to do, I do at home. And then I always watch movies and documentaries where it's always the nigga that had changed his life, getting money, and he go back to the hood for that one barbecue and boom, he get killed, shot, robbed, and it never works. And everybody always be like, man, he was changing his life, y'all. And everybody crying and saying, man, he was out the hood. Yeah. Man, no, that's not going to be me. Yeah. And I don't feel sorry for nobody. And I'm so good in my hood. They root for me. Ain't no DPs going on. I don't got to go back. They know that I'm doing what I'm doing. And this is my calling. So you dare not mess with God's work or he gonna get you.
Mm-hmm.
And I mean, even in the streets, hey, she got out. Hey,
well,
she got out. Or no?
No, because you can be, something just happened recently. And I won't get into too much details because it's like all over the internet. But some people not happy for you. Some people do get out and make it and get record deals. And that entertainment world is real greasy and real bally.
Speak on it.
And, I got some young homies that got some record deals, made it out our hood, and they were doing really good. One of them featured on Kendrick Lamar, fresh out the pen, and just got really good talent, some young black men with talent. But because some people are really loyal to the streets and to the street code, and that is all some people not happy for you. Some people get in trouble for changing their lives.
So like the nip thing?
Yeah, same situation.
Yeah.
And that happens a lot in the black community. I just hate to say it. Even in business cleaning, I've been robbed by black people, and not like by a gun but I've been robbed by, you didn't pay me after I did the job. Yeah. And you didn't pay me because you just didn't pay me. Not because I didn't do it. And it was really a lot of black women. And I had to call your husband, and your husband got to come pay me because you just tripping because I wore my heels in your house. You just was really hating on the bitch.
Yeah.
Wow.
And I showed up looking too good. But I've been done dirty by a lot of black people. So you get done dirty by your people. People are not really happy for you. You think they are. And it does feel good. And you do be wanting to go back with your money to the people who you grew up with and be like, come on. But you can't. Because I've tried and I've gotten backstabbed.
So mentality.
And so, yeah.
Mentality's off.
The mentality is just not there. So it's best that you don't try to pull people with you.
You know what's funny is it didn't impact me until you said a phrase, and I think you said the street code. And when you said the street code, I was like, oh yeah, you know what? She's exactly right.
Yeah, because when you were mentioning it, it was like, yeah, you good for you. Like, nah, it's street code. They like, nah, we ain't trying.
Well, I guess your own crowd wants you to make it, but the crowd on the street over, don't want you, I guess, or maybe even both.
That check-in is serious, huh?
That check-in is serious. Let me tell you, I used to turn up on all kind of drugs. I've done crystal meth, cocaine, sherm, ecstasy, Molly, MDA, smoke weed, drink, all of that, right? And anything I ever did, I love doing it. I always had my own party pack. I never was a bitch that I beg her or let niggas get me high or turn me up. I'll always come with my own shit. For safety reasons too, because niggas be scandalous and want to see a pretty bad bitch do some crazy shit. Yeah. So I always was caution about that. But people was rooting for me when I used to be on the gram promiscuous. I used to dress really provocative because I got high confidence. I was bald head like Amber Rose. I was doing the whole Amber Rose shit, snoring cocaine, having a good time, taking trips. I always was a hustler and always had a job and always was fly. I never was like a broke bitch or junkie bitch. I just wasn't like where I needed to be. But people rooted for me so much publicly when I was turning up, being a bad mother, doing drugs at every party, going out of town. The minute that I changed my life and started dressing like this, not hanging out, not doing no more drugs, moved away, talking different, acting different, doing different things, nobody rooted for me.
Wow.
Yeah, it was silent.
Wow.
And I was like, oh, so you motherfuckers really didn't like me. Y'all was just hoping that I didn't get clean and realize all this fucking potential I had.
Wow.
They fucked up when they gave me some money and God was like, I'm just to clean you up and boss you up and watch, you gonna be a testimony. You gonna give me the glory. And that's what I do. So now they can't fuck with me. Because God say he make your enemies your footstool.
Yeah, that's real.
And that's what's happening.
Lord to God.
So, which leads us into the next segment of questions. And it's going to be dealing with, street life, survival, loyalty, as we've been speaking about, and as well as the escape, you getting out, doing your thing and growth.
The happy ending.
Which I think is a great story. So if those who are eavesdropping right now, you are getting some incredible content. So I hope you're learning a lot, I would say so. So now, if you can just be candid with our audience, what was the hardest part about leaving the street life behind?
Okay, so the hardest part about leaving the street life behind was that I loved it, enjoyed it so motherfucking much. I don't regret anything I've done. I've been on the hoe stroll, gangbang stroll, robbing, doing some shit, okay? Because they indicting everybody. Hey, so I've just done some shit and I've done my time and paid for it, okay? So I'm long time, no criminal behavior. But it's hard to get out when that's all you know.
Yeah.
And that love in the street be feeling so good. It's like, man, they really happy for me until you get out. Now, it's something that's still happy for you. It's like out of 100, 3 are like, I knew you could do it. I knew it. And probably was pushing you through your street, your street time. Like, this ain't for you. Yeah. But it's just hard to get out because that's all you know and you be afraid. And then 2, let me say this. This is to the politicians and lawmakers and all of that. They don't like to give people like us a second chance. It's hard for us to get out because it's like the movies we watch. You come home from doing your time, you paid for your crime. You're trying to get out the neighborhood and the street. You go and you apply for jobs. You have to put down that you're a felon. A lot of times that gets you out the door. You're not even going to go in, right? Or you're going to get a job that doesn't meet your monthly needs. So you're up against the wall. You're trying your hardest. No one is helping you. No one helps you except for the homeboys people. Yeah. The homeboys entertainment, homeboys industry, they do help out. But it's really hard. And I went through that experience. And that leads a lot of our Black males and Black females, Mexicans too, minorities, back to recidivism, back to doing what you were doing to go back to jail. How else are you going to eat? No one's giving you a chance. No one's taking a risk. And you're just stuck. Okay. And then your girl's in your ear, your mama, your wife, your babies, you going back to hidden licks and you going back to comfortability. Yeah. So it's hard. So you stay there. It's a few of us that just keep going through the valleys and the lows. And we hit all of that, but we just say, man, we can't turn around. It's like with Lot and his wife, and God says, go, I'm gonna burn down the city. Lot, get your family. Don't look back.
Turn back, yep.
And that's what you have to do. You have to be Lot. Don't turn back. Go. And so that's what's hard about it, is that it's just comfortable. You're afraid, and there's a lot of no's before you get a yes.
Wow.
Damn. Let me touch on this. Do you think people glorify the streets without understanding the pain that comes with it?
They do. And especially now on the podcasts.
Yeah.
Because I had once,
over the podcast. Wait a minute here. What you talking about?
Well, like all like the no jumpers and stuff.
I got you.
he went from great underground content to just gangbangers with promoting
You
beef.
got too involved.
That's just too much.
got
You
too
doing too
involved.
much, right?
Yeah.
You doing
It's
too
cool
much.
to ask questions, but if
Right.
that's not your lane, don't politic with that.
It's
street
just
side.
too much.
Yeah.
And so at one point in time, I was a bad mom. My little baby right there was rolling with me doing all kind of hood stuff. And I thought it was the bombest shit to do. She was like my little homegirl.
Activities.
And we running from gunshots and all kind of shit.
Wow.
I was like, we was going to hood games. We was doing the most. And I was thinking in my head at that time that I was going to be the neighborhood OG homegirl all of my life. I didn't see no future for me because I am under a guy who is, they call him the boogeyman. So when you up under a guy like him, you try to hold up to that name. So you with all the shits, you active, you activated in the streets, and that was me. So you glorified and you thinking that, yeah, this the life, the power. You love that. But it's all the matrix. And you glorify it not knowing that it's danger and pain.
Yeah.
And it really, that it's not to be glorified.
Yeah.
It's really not, because when your baby, like the movie South Central, who produced that movie,
Yeah.
you see how OG Bobby Johnson
Yeah.
was that nigga,
Yeah.
but when his son got in it, it got real.
Yeah.
And he couldn't get his son out.
Yeah.
And that's
Damn.
what I'm afraid of, my baby wanting to do that, and it ain't nothing you could do.
Yeah.
You just gonna have to kind of let your kid, it's nothing you could do once your kid go in that gang life. The gang got control now.
Yeah. Yeah.
So it's nothing to be glorified.
Damn.
Mm.
Hope y'all listening.
I really
Yeah, it's
do.
not.
I really do.
And you know what's funny is well, maybe not even funny, but it leads right into this next question, because trauma, right, plays a big role in all this stuff.
Yes.
So what role does trauma play in keeping people stuck in the streets?
Trauma plays a huge role, because trauma played a huge role in me being stuck in the streets. I always like to make a joke. I love pimp and talk, but I went from the streets to the executive suites.
Damn.
And so all of my trauma, I got daddy issues, mommy issues. I'm dealing with older men at a young age, fucking with them because I'm homeless, needing somewhere to stay, fucking with tricks, doing things that I wouldn't do normally if I had the stability and structure at home. Having no parents, or even having parents in the home, back to like Minister Society, how his mama, Kane's parents, was like the alcohol, drinking, partying. My mama at one point in time was like that. She was like a party, drinking, turn up mom. That ain't no structure. So even if you're in a home where you got both parents, but your parents are in the gang, turning up, no structure, that's trauma for you still. You going through trauma, and that trauma leads into bad decisions throughout your life. And moving right along to today, I really probably have fucked up some great relationships with men, great men for me, because I fuck with toxic men.
Yeah.
Or I've been a side bitch before. A lot of times. I'm like the number one side bitch. But anyways, I don't know why I attract husbands and girlfriends. Man, I do though. And I fuck with them. I ain't gonna even lie. But I'm working on myself since getting out my last relationship. If you know, you know. But anyways, shout out to you, Tasha and Wood. But anyways, so that will cause trauma, causes you to do shit that you know is wrong, but you be thinking love and fuck it and who cares and nobody care for me, all that comes with that. Right. So yeah.
This is amazing. So I have a 2-part question for you.
Okay.
Okay. So why do so many people confuse loyalty with self-destruction when it comes to who they keep around? So like who the company they keep around.
Yeah, because they are literally self-destructing you. So that saying, you are who you hang around, is very true. When I was hanging amongst a group of females before, we all did the same thing. But none of us was motivating each other to do anything better. And in fact, I was always like an open spirit and turn up girl. So I was self-destructing myself day and night. And my girlfriends were aiding it. And I always had a husband or a boyfriend. And my girlfriends was like, fuck them, fuck him. Shit, bitch, it's up. We going out tonight.
Wow.
Come on. Like, such and such said, meet them at the airport. We got our tickets paid for. Fuck your husband. When in reality, a real friend would have been saying like, nah, girl, you got a family, a husband, a daughter.
Yeah.
Like, nah, like, you know, you don't need to be doing that. Like, go on, go home.
Wow.
That's real shit. And you confuse it with loyalty because you be thinking it's my ride or die. But when you a ride or die amongst like a group of kids who have no structure and guidance and you doing criminal activity or not, y'all, it's like the blind leading the blind.
Right.
That's
Exactly.
the matrix you was talking about.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
the second part of that question is, what's the connection between fear and loyalty to the wrong crowd, and why is that such a hard cycle to break?
Because you can end up dead.
Mm.
So, like I said, I make a joke with my baby. I'm like, if you ever get put on the gang right now, you know, mommy is out the way. You got to be loyal to your gang, because I had to be loyal to my gang. A lot of times I went to juvenile hall for breaking curfew because my curfew was 6 o'clock. My mama was definitely calling at 5:59. And my gang was like, shit, it's a hood meeting. What you mean you ain't going to be there? You're going to get DP'd.
Shit.
And back in when I was, not today's time, I mean, you probably, some hoods still keep it structured, but gangbanging is so watered down now. But back in the day, it was like, fuck mama and daddy. I got to go to the hood. I ain't about to, you was scared of getting hurt by your hood than getting DP'd by mama and daddy.
Shit.
So, and your DPs be from like 10, 5, 6 bitches. Older grown women. When I was 13, I was fighting 20 and 30-year-old women. And they're the reason why I know how to fight really good today.
Wow.
But yeah, so you be afraid. You be like, nah.
You got pause.
Yeah, you might get pistol whipped. Anything could happen when it come to that gang shit.
Yeah.
Anything. Because you now gotta, in Los Angeles, we gotta look up to the big homie or big homegirl.
Shit.
And that come with politics and chain of commands.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I believe that.
So yeah, you be afraid. So you gonna be like, I'm doing what the gang's saying. I gotta be loyal to that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think it's smart to get life insurance if you gang banging too.
Yeah, you should.
Because you never
Put a
know.
couple $100,000 on your head. You know,
Yeah.
why not?
At least you
Man.
protect it.
The music industry do that to every artist that they sign.
Yeah, for sure.
Wow.
Even big businesses.
Yeah, and I was gonna say, I found out big businesses.
They're allowed to.
Yeah.
You're doing any type of sales, yeah, and you're bringing in numbers, they're going to get an insurance policy on you.
Mm-hmm.
So I have a question for you, and it follows suits with what Todd just asked you. What was your wake-up call moment when you realized I can't live like this anymore?
Oh, that's a great question. And so I don't think I've ever said this on camera. This is gonna be this
Y'all
deep.
eavesdropping.
So my wake up moment was when a nigga had turned me out on crystal meth that I was taking care of, living with me in my 1-bedroom fucking apartment in the hood. And I was doing cocaine, liked cocaine, but he kept like edging me. This is why you got to watch out who you fuck with, because they can encourage you to do good or do bad, bring out the best in you or the worst in you, right? So he kept just edging me to do crystal meth. And I was like, nah, I'm cool. He like want to chase the dragon with me. I'm like, what the fuck is that? So I put the cocaine down, did crystal meth. I was on crystal meth for like 3 months, 4 months straight.
Shit.
And I loved it. And I was up at weeks at a time.
Wow.
And I was going to work. I had a 9 to 5. My kids did not fucking know I was high.
You were functioning?
I was functioning. It was only God. God was when I tell you I love God and I don't do nothing to disappoint God in today's time, because he just had a hold on me. I should look fucked up and be all the shit I done been through.
Wow.
I don't even know how I'm here with all my teeth and everything, okay? Because
we looking like, what is going
I was on crystal meth so bad, going to work, putting contacts in my eyes so that they couldn't see that I was open.
Oh, your pupils are big.
Pupils was dilated, right? Open. So I would be cooking dinner. See, crystal meth is it hit the euphoria where you do things. You could write some of the bombest rhymes. It opens up something in your mind where you could do anything. My kids woke up one morning and the whole house was painted yellow. The whole house was rearranged. I redid the kitchen. I put pavement down. I'm not lying. My daughter will tell you. And they was like, yo, what in the? I'm like, breakfast ready, everything. Let's go. I'm up. They didn't know I had been up a week.
Damn.
And so
were you hallucinating?
I was hallucinating everything. I was seeing shit, talking, like I would be like, I'm talking right now. The little guy right there, the Monopoly guy, he would be saying what I'm saying. I would see that and I'll be like, yo, I gotta fucking go to sleep. Like, yo, I can't, I'm gonna lose my, and what kept me, to bring it all to your question, what kept me and what it was, I never wanted to lose my children to the system because my mom lost us to the system and I was in the system. Yeah. So I know how that goes. And I would hate to see my precious daughters walking out and looking at me like, yo, word, mom? Yeah. Like, you on drugs and now we in the system and ain't no telling what the system, molestation, what houses. Where they gonna go? And then my ultimate, I had a 20, this is what really changed it. I had a 20 pack of crystal meth. I'm chasing the dragon. I'm in my bathroom smoking. I always pray to God, God, take this shit from me. I'm weak and I can't do this alone. And I need your help because I know it's something better for me. And I don't want to get my kids taken. I was always taught to pray specifically. So I always talked to God like he was right here with us. And I took, and I had just sold my $3,000 Yorkie for $100. I said, so I could get high, and I bought that 20 pack. I said, you know what? Damn. Bitch, you losing it. I had lost weight. I'm now selling my dog. And my homeboy who bought it was like, he bought it for me, but he was like, damn, my nigga, like, really? Like, all right, my nigga. But he was like feeling sorry for me, but wanted to support me, right? That's my nigga, Jerry. I love you to death. But I did that. I'm in the bathroom now with it. And all of that was replaying in my mind. I'm just like, bitch, you losing it. You really about to fucking like lose it. And that is a true saying that they say crystal meth is really strong and hard to crack. It is. But if you stronger than it, and ain't nobody stronger than God. Yeah. I took a hit and threw that fucking $20 shit in the toilet and I never looked back. I got myself off fucking drugs. I never went to a rehab. I fucking went to sleep and I got my shit together with God. And I've been clean 10 years.
Man, that's so awesome.
Yep. Stuff. So that was my turning point, and I started moving to where I am right now.
Inspiration and victory after victory.
Yeah. What's chasing the dragon?
Chasing the dragon.
Wow.
So that's chasing the dragon. Yeah, it's some crazy shit.
You Google that, okay, young boy?
Right.
Google that, okay?
But don't do that shit. That shit would destroy your life.
Go ahead and invite your kids back into the...
Yeah. That'll destroy your whole life.
Yeah. Okay, good. Okay, let the kids back in.
So that's called chasing the dragon. And when my ex would say that,
that's wild.
He would always be like, yeah, I'll be like, what the fuck? But yeah, shout out to my ex. He's clean, doing good. And he always tried to get back with me. But I'm like, hell no, nigga, you was toxic. Fucking all of what you just asked me. Not loyal, dangerous.
All that.
Nigga.
I didn't make this up for him.
Right. And then he always tell me, he be like, you was the best bitch I ever had in the world. I'm like, yeah, you trying to turn me out, nigga. I was good to you. So watch out who you fuck with. Because your mate will...
Yeah,
it's your mate will either break you or make you. Could bring out the best in you or the worst in you. Because that nigga was asking me for months, and I was like, "Nah, I'm cool on the cocaine. Like, do you, my nigga? Go on, good fella." But I'm like, "Go." He like, "Nah, baby," and it's your nigga, and you like, "Fuck it, fuck it." You like, "Oh, this is word. This is cool." So it could be bad, and not a lot of people are strong like me. Yeah. I've gotten high with my brother Stefan and watched that nigga take a hit of crystal meth with me, and he walked right out of our apartment and went across the street, started shooting at our neighbors, and then walked back across the street, and my neighbors was trying to aim and get his motherfucking ass. My kids was there. I'm outside running crazy, high, like, don't shoot him. But then I got out the way while they was shooting. So see, crystal meth, God just always has something better for me in store. God has me here for a reason and a purpose. And so that's why I was able to come out of my shit untouched, not fucked up mentally. I don't do no psych meds. I've been to counseling.
Yes.
But yeah, so to wrap that all up.
Yeah, goodness gracious. Viewer discretion is advised.
Viewer discretion.
Todd just looked like this, like, child, he clenching his, not his pearls, but you know, I am, right?
Your story reminds me of training day.
Oh, man.
Yeah,
All right.
it's some real shit.
Hell yeah.
What's the biggest myth about life in the streets that people who never lived it will never understand?
Like J.O. Felony say, it's easy to get in, but it's hard as hell to get out. That's an OG. If you know, you know that song. Easy to get. But it's a dangerous, fucked up situation. The streets will chew you up and spit you out. It's fake love. You think it's real. You think that your big homie and your big homegirl have your best interests at heart, but they don't. It's a dirty take world. And you'll never do nothing to satisfy your gang. You don't get a cookie out of the deal. You don't get a trophy. You don't get a retirement. It's a dirty macking game.
Let me throw a statement out there really quick. See what you think about it. Is everybody broken?
I don't think, no, because I got not everybody's broken. I feel like it's an excitement. It's a thrill. You want to be from a gang. Look at all the celebrities who come from money and then they all start gangbanging. The Chris Browns, the Soulja Boys. Why are you coming and start gangbanging in LA? Yeah. You're not a gangbanger. We grew up in it and were forced in it because we lived in that neighborhood. I came from Oregon to the 40s. I'm in the ghetto, the hood. I'm forced to get put on right there. I didn't come from money and get on, but I do have some homies that come from good upbringings, money, all of that. And I'm like, their mom and dads are coming to the hood looking for them, wanting them to come home. They're running away. So it's an excitement for some. It's a thrill. Some people want to belong to something. It's like a culture. I mean, what's a culture? But it's like a cult. Some people want to be a part of something bigger than them. Yeah. And for some of us, like Ice-T say, some of us hustle to be seen. Some of us hustle to get out the hood, to not be seen. So it's kind of one of those metaphors.
Gotcha.
Why do you think so many people want to get out of the streets but end up right back?
Because of the struggle. Sometimes the grass looks greener on the other side, but it's really not. It come with some shit. I mean, just look at you get a lot of empty promises. You get a lot of promises. I've been promised a lot of shit in life and it doesn't happen. And so you get out the streets. I've gotten out the streets a few times and went back. This is my first time and I've been gone. I've never went back. I won't ever go back. I don't do no type of hood activities. I don't want to go. None of that excites me anymore at all. But for some people, friends. See, if you still kick it with certain friends that still gangbang, see, Nipsey Hussle, he still, was in and out. Although he was like transitioning to really get out. And he was really trying to bring all of us with him. But it's kind of one of them things where you just got to really get out and go. Yeah. You can't bring folks with you because that pulls you back.
Yeah. I think Snoop said something about that too, where there's a time and there's a separation of when you are the artist and you have to be, there and you're going to have to leave people behind.
You're going to have to leave people behind.
Yeah. I think that's why you're falling out with his clique.
Yeah.
Beside us. And then they ended up getting into it.
Yeah.
And now he kind of regained love and now they're back on.
Yeah.
It's a mindset,
it's like
right?
that.
It's a mindset.
It's a mindset. And then too, it's like Boosie said in his Cold Cases, it's a rap song. I love it. It's Boosie for the streets. But he said something like, we broke up because I wanted it, but you didn't want it. It's like a rap little verse he said like that. And basically it's like, I wanted more out of life and you didn't. So we can't even rock together. And this could be my best dog, and I used to have 4 best homegirls. I don't rock with none of them.
Yeah.
And so we all walk different paths. I walk a different path.
Yeah.
And I'm not gonna straddle the fence with my path. I got to keep going.
That's right.
Which leads us to our new chapter. We're going to switch it up and talk about crowd influence and choosing a new path.
Mhm.
You kind of already got into it. My first question for you is, how important is your circle when it comes to staying out of the streets and walking a different path?
It's very important. Because I was in the streets for so long, I loved it. Anything I do, I love. And I'm an open spirit person. So I was always a girl they like, oh, we got cocaine. Okay, cool, fuck it. I've never been like, oh my God, what the fuck? I've been to swinger parties. I'm a broster is what I kick it with a lot of guys. They call me the broster because I'm like a brother and a sister all in one. I'm just really cool and down to earth. So I always have a good time. But because I was such a turn up person and loved the streets so much, it can easily suck me back there. So for me, it's important to have people around me of where I want to be in my future. I cannot be with the people that I was with in my past where I got a strike, I got a fucking criminal background like a motherfucker. A lot is in my background, but it built me, but it's not who I am.
Yeah.
It's a part of my makeup, but it's not who I want to be, and it's not where I am. And if I don't keep a knit tight circle around me that are not doing drugs, not criminal activity, not gang banging, not talking like it, and we're all on the same page and we all have a common goal, that's very important because it's easy to get sucked back in.
Discipline.
Yeah, you got to be disciplined. Yeah.
Yeah, that actually leans right into this next question. What kind of people did you have to walk away from to protect your growth?
Everybody, family, close friends, best friends, road dogs, crimies.
How long was your duration of solitude? Where you didn't talk to no. How long did that last?
As far as what, when I did jail time or just in?
It seems like you cut everybody off when you made your change.
I've cut everybody off for a long time. I've done a lot of time my whole life, so I've always been in solitude for the most part, and I've never had a knit tight family. My Mexican side was the most knit tight, so I've always kind of been a loner because my black side they're pretty much all, my mom only had 5 siblings, they're pretty much all dead, so it's no family, but cutting everybody off for my peace and tranquility and where I am right now, it's been about 15 years.
Wow.
Yeah. I'm really solo bolo. I'm like on Belly when Method Man say I roll solo from state to state.
Yeah.
I really do.
15 years.
Yeah.
That's protecting.
And that was so bomb. I really didn't know that, and none of them really was fucking with me like that. But you have to get out of that first so you can see like, oh, y'all really wasn't fucking with me like that all these years. I had a best friend of 20 years. She was my bitch, but all through the 20 years, it was a bunch of red flags and she did shit to show me she wasn't really my friend, but I ignored it until I finally got out of that relationship. And I was like, damn, she was never my best friend ever. But it felt good. It felt so real, but she wasn't. Wow. And just everything became clear after we wasn't friends. Yeah. And so, yeah.
Wow, this is some amazing stuff. There's some crazy energy, and just understand this. There's 4 cancers sitting in this room.
Big cancer energy. NR season coming up.
Yeah, so
yes,
tidal waves.
Yes,
big
tell you, man. Come on, we have emotion like the fucking ocean.
Yes. So, how do you rebuild your identity when you leave the streets, especially if your whole image was tied to that lifestyle?
That's a great question because I'm still battling that. I have a hard time with that. So I am known as T.I. T.I. has just been my moniker my whole life, gangbanging wise. And it's a popular name, a very powerful name too, but I'm breaking away from T.I. I'm Adrianna Glasita Sanchez. And I have to really work hard on rebranding that person because I'm not a hood chick no more. I'm not a gangbanger chick no more. I'm gang affiliated. Yes, but I don't gangbang. I haven't gangbanged in so long. I don't act like that. I don't try to be tough. I don't go hanging out. I don't do anything like that. I'm not gangbanging. And it's hard for some people. I've been called, I was in New York not too long ago, and I have a homeboy from my area who lives out there now. And he called me bougie in Hollywood and had some really choice words to say to me because he didn't understand my change.
Mhm.
He was like, yeah, I hope I see you at the hood day since you acting brand new and all of that. And I'm like, I ain't been to a hood day in 15, 16 years. You ain't gonna see me. But he was still there.
Mhm.
He hasn't grown up and matured, and clearly he don't got nothing going on.
That's why I mentioned what I mentioned earlier when I said, is mostly everybody broken?
Yeah, people are really broken.
You know what I'm saying?
I'm a broken person still putting myself together.
Right.
I'm just not as broken as I was.
Correct.
So I think we all are broken here and there if you've been through some things.
Yeah. And well, I think like you said, we're all broken.
Yeah.
How like, big homie or big sister putting you on or something like that. It's like, wait a minute. It seems like it's a bully, controlling a playground.
They still call me little homegirl now. So when people repost me on Instagram, and I know that it's like, you my little homegirl still. Like, you ain't no big dog. I am a big dog.
Yeah.
But they not going to let you be a big dog. And when people repost me, and they are my big homegirls, but it's like, I'm grown. I'm 41 now.
Right.
Why can't you just say, I'm proud of my homegirl or my friend?
You ain't got to be a BG forever.
Right. See, and I don't even say little homegirl. I don't talk like that no more.
Yeah.
My friend, my associate, my
Yeah.
colleague.
Exactly.
But they still say, yeah, shout out to my little homegirl.
Little politics.
I be like,
Oh.
boy, they ain't gonna let me
when
live.
I hear little homegirl, I'm thinking little,
Right. I'm like,
what's the homegirl?
and honestly, my big homie, he's still, very there. He little homegirl me to death. And I'm just like, Ice, I am a grown woman now. Got me
Yeah.
a man,
Yeah.
kids. But some people, they don't, you gonna always be,
Little homie.
The little
Little
Yeah.
homie.
and some people are gonna always like, you think you all that? No, you ain't.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I remember, I get a lot of people that still bring up my old days of doing all kind of crazy shit. And I own up to it because you're not going to never have my power. And some people ask me crazy shit. I don't know. Can I say this?
Yeah,
Some
say
vulgar
whatever you
shit.
What?
So like, if people know me, I'm very outspoken, but I've had people come up like, man, such and such said you fucked him and you sucked his dick and whoop whoop. And I'm like, and I did. Like, if I've sucked your dick before, I did. If I fucked you, I did. Whatever we did, anal, this, that, I did. I got high. Nobody gonna ever be able to be like, man, I got something on her. Yeah, like, bitch, like, pipe down, bitch, or keep in line. Nah, I'm gonna put it out there before you. If whatever I've done it. It is what it is.
Yeah.
So, people like to let you know that. And people still like to let me know all the shit I've done. And I'll be like, yeah, my nigga, it's like in Goodfellas when he be like, yeah, my nigga, I don't shine shoes no more.
Yeah.
And he's still like, well, go get your shoe shine box. People won't let you be great.
Yeah.
But that's okay. Because God gonna get y'all out the way anyway. So
Wow.
Man.
So how do you deal with people who doubt your transformation or try to pull you back into the lifestyle?
I don't. I'm unbothered. I'm like Napoleon Hill, self-discipline. I don't even pay it no attention. I'll be like, ooh, you a loser. You ain't got nothing going on. Because when you get money,
Yeah.
see, I used to be like that. So now I know it's like I could tell my kids, I'm so bomb. I'm a bomb ass motherfucker, right? Because I've been on the other side, this side. I'd have been out of the country, in the hood. I'm black and Mexican. I could speak Spanish fluently. I'm ghetto. I got some college in me. So I'm saying all that to say, I don't mind them fucking losers. I don't even pay them attention because I know I'm doing good because you hating on me.
Yeah.
You saying stuff to try to. Now, I'm going to be real. Somebody did pull me back 2 years ago.
Yeah.
And I did do some foolish shit. But that checked me, and I'll never do that again. I will never let somebody pull me out of my character. Because I had.
You care to talk about it?
I will talk about it. No problem. Look, y'all got time. So, my daughter's auntie, my baby, her teeth are so pretty now. She had braces, all of that. I spent like 5 bands getting my baby teeth all done, and she went to her ghetto ass fucking auntie house, who I've already had problems with, and she had $1,000 surgery. Her jaw was out to here. And this was, I got off probation last year, April. So it happened like 2 years prior to that. But make a long story short, I had 2 bookings. My baby came home like, damn, Mom, my mouth hurt. They was like slap boxing and shit at auntie house. Woo do woo. I'm like, word? Like, who hit you? Like, so I'm trying to call the auntie, a grown woman, like, yo, Jazz, who hit Bella? She just had surgery. Blase, where was you at? And she went in on me talking crazy. So I'm like, yo, T.I. came back out. Mm-hmm. I'm like, who's she talking to? Not me. Not who I am in the street. And man, I had 2 bookings that day, 2 good dollar bookings. And I took my pistol and myself. My kids was in the bed. I said, I'm about to go see about TT. Yeah, this is my sister-in-law, my kid's auntie. And I went to her house on the east side over where in the main streets where he from over there. And I knocked on the door like, what's happening? I need that. I keep my pistol with me everywhere I go. That's just like my purse. It's accessory. But I'm like, yeah, I need that, Jazz. So it's like 10 kids in the house, a couple gangbanger kids. They all talking shit. Now, mind you, it's an 8-plex on the east side. Everybody outside with their phones out. And I'm like, damn, like, what's going on? Why everybody, with their phones out filming me? They all like, you better leave, girl. She gonna call the police on you. But I'm like, nah, this family. Like, no, y'all tripping. This my sister. So I'm like, come outside, bitch. I need that fight. They talking shit. They open the door. They talking shit. I'm going in on some little girl trying to gangbang on me. Her mama dead, and I know. I'm like, bitch, fuck your mama. She dead. She like, fuck your mama. She dead. I'm like, I know. Fuck my mama. That bitch dead too. I don't give a fuck. It's up. Who hit my daughter? Make a long story short, I went to jail for my gun, and my sister-in-law, all her kids came downstairs and fucking told on me. Little did I know, while I'm talking shit, trying to squabble, they fucking called the police on me. So they come get me. And I bail out and I go do my cleanings. And I was on probation. And I can't have a pistol right now, but
you got 2 bookings. Yeah, you still got.
We'll edit that. I still got the bookings. I still got the bookings. Because they was blowing me up, and they're like, "What happened?" Because I'm so loved with my clients. I was like, man, an emergency happened. I was booked at 77th for 5 hours, and I bailed out. And so, I went to go do my bookings because I do restaurants at night. And so, I didn't miss no money. But when I was in 77th Division, waiting on to be bailed out, I was crying like, oh my God, Father God, I'm tripping. I'm about to lose my business. Damn, I ain't been in trouble in 15 years. I got this cleaning business. I don't do no criminal activity. I'm not bad anymore. And Compton Court didn't see that. They wanted to give me 6 years because of my criminal background. Yeah. But the judge, he was cool. He was like, nah. And I had a private lawyer. He was like, she been out of trouble for 15 years. She got a cleaning business, college degree, blah, 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 blah. I'm going to give her 2 years, 45 days community service, and I got to pay a fine. Cool, I'll take that. And that was that. So that let me know that I'm really out the streets. Yeah. I'm not going to let nobody fuck with me.
Yeah, yeah.
Are there people who just don't want to be saved?
There are. Because I know some evil motherfuckers in the streets. Some of them are my best friends. But when I be like talking with them, I be like, damn, I'm glad they my best friend.
Yeah.
And I'm not on the other side. And so, but anyways. So, some people don't want to make it. Some people want to be that, and that's okay.
Yeah.
But some of us don't want to be that. We want to make it out, and no. Because you know what? I'm such a hardcore masculine ass woman. My kids say that, like, you too hardcore. You need to. I always wanted to be a soft woman. I always wanted to be in my soft girl era and be soft and but I don't think that's in the cards for me. I think God made me the way I am because he needs me to reach his people like me. And I got to come down on your level and talk like you so that you can understand me. And you be like, damn, if this bitch turned her life around, she got it going on. Cause I could show you a happy ending. You know, I could show you, like, cause people be like, well, why should I follow you? Why should I trust you? What you gonna do for me? Well, I'm gonna hire your motherfucking ass if you could shut up. I could put you in position to win, but I got to be able to trust you. You know, I can't just put you as a manager. You're going to have to be a soldier. So, you know, it depends. It's what you want. It's what you want out of life.
Wow.
Right on.
Well, folks, this is good. What habits or mindsets helped you stay grounded when everything in your environment was pulling you backwards?
My children, never wanted to lose them, wanting to give them what I didn't have. I was tired of being broke. Books, self-discipline books. I was gonna take my Shahada at one time because when I lived in Nigeria, Lagos, my ex-husband's Muslim, my daughter's Muslim. I like the structure. I'm spiritual. I'm not religion. I like the structure. I like structure and militant style. I think probably because I was in militant shit all my life and growing up in juvenile hall, you go to Camp Scott and all that type shit is boot camp. So I like structure and routine. And that keeps me grounded. And I talk, I manifest, I speak life, I speak, even if it's a bad day, it's not a bad day. The cup is half full because, you know, what you speak about, you go about. So I'm always saying like, you know, I'm a bossed up, rich ass, millionaire ass bitch. I'm up and it's good. And I thank God now for my fly ass cars, houses. You got to speak it and it will come to life because, I'm gonna say this and I'm gonna let you go, but this is some real shit. So this is a real diamond ring, right? It was a gift from my best friend, but I used to wear an exact same fucking replica ring like this from Aldo that cost $9. That was Cuban zirconium, and that bitch bling like a motherfucker. And if you thought it was real, I didn't trip. But if you ask me, I'm always keep it 100. Yeah. It's fake. It's from Aldo. You go get you one. But I'm saying that to say that I manifest shit like that a lot. My best friend gave me this just out the blue. Like, you deserve that. You earned that, T.I. And I'm like, yo, and when I told him the situation, he was like, you manifested it. And I was like, oh my God. And when God showed me that, I manifest everything. New York, just all kind of shit. Me telling my life, doing podcasts. I was talking this shit a long time. So excuse me, you gotta really, what you say, the tongue is powerful. You know, the tongue is powerful.
100%. So my question leads into what you just said. If someone's listening right now, stuck between the streets and their future, what's the realest thing you could say to them?
Choose you. Choose your motherfucking self. Okay? Choose you, because it feels so good to get up and grind and hustle and earn your money. And when things were given to me or life in the street seemed like it was the right shit, it really wasn't. I was never satisfied. I was like a vampire, always yearning for a thirst. And so now that I'm out of that and I experienced that and I'm now making my own money, standing on my own 2 feet, paying my own bills, I feel really fucking good when it's time to pay the bills. I feel good when it's time to take care of my kids, my family. I'm a Cancer and I love to nurture and take care of mine. That shit feel good to me when I come home with surprises for what my family love and like. And so choose you, because you gonna win. Yeah, choose you. Don't choose the streets. It's a myth. Yeah, it's a myth. And it costs a lot.
Maybe your life.
It does cost your life. Because even if you don't give it up, like death-wise, you're going to give up all of your life to that game.
Yeah.
You don't have a say-so on it.
And with that, we are at halftime, audience. So controversy. There's some things there's some common misconceptions that you wanted to clear up. One of them was that street people that the second chance that they don't get because they're past, they get judged. that there's no room for change in as a convicted felon, or it's extremely hard to get accepted back into society? What's some misconceptions that you want to clear up about that?
All of the above. It's extremely hard. Okay, when you change your life and you want others to see that you are no longer that menace to society, it is really hard. People give you a really hard time. And I do understand. I get it. You gotta, build the trust back up. Like, for instance, if you did drugs and you were a thief, it's hard. Someone's going to be, not so trusting you in their home, around their personal belongings. They don't know, you have to be tested. And some people are willing to take a risk on you, but it's hard. It's like a needle in a haystack. You got to find that. It's just a misconception that people are not rehabilitated. That's the misconception. They send you to jail, you do your time, you rehabilitate yourself, or they parole you and they say that you are rehabilitated. Well, then when you get out, the world doesn't see that. And then even when I recently, revisited, my story I just told you guys about someone hitting my daughter, and I went back to my old ways. That was the first thing they brought up in court, was my juvenile record, how horrible that was. And I'm like looking at my lawyer like I'm 40 years old, 39, 40. They are like, they on my juvenile. So that lets me know that society judges you on your past.
So are we talking two different systems, where you got the prison system building you up, or falsely building you up to think that you're rehabilitated, to then only go out into the system that's the real world, and then you're not, and they're rejecting you as somebody that's rehabilitated? Have you been?
Ooh, that's a great.
Have you been sold a false set of goods?
That's a great question. I think in jail I think you're not rehabilitated. But yeah, that's great. They make you think that. Yeah, because you got to talk like that to get out to the parole. You got to give them a good, story of I am rehabilitated.
So two realities.
Yeah, you're right. You know what? It's like the movie Blow. When George Jung said that he went in jail, a student or something, he came out a chemist. That was some real shit. When you go to jail, you run into all criminals. You learn how to be a better criminal. You learn how to be a slick ass husband, wife. When I was in jail, I was gay for the stay. My husband was coming to see me every weekend. I had a great time. I was letting him have a great time too, George. I'm gone for a couple of years. Do you, boo? But jail is just, it doesn't rehabilitate you, now that I think about it. It's a trick.
Yeah, it's a trick.
And then when you get to the streets, you realize, no, I'm not rehabilitated. I'm just a smarter criminal, I think. Yeah.
Yeah, I would agree with you on that.
Yeah, you do.
My cousin grew up in prison and jails, and he's intelligent.
Yeah.
He's on both sides, freshwater, saltwater. So.
Yeah, and I learned a lot. I learned how to play chess with two women, older women, white women, who embezzled so much money in there. And while they were teaching me how to play chess, they were talking to me about
embezzling,
all of that, how they did it, what they did wrong, what they greed. And so you're just learning, and they're teaching you as you play chess, and they were telling you, exampling with the chessboard.
Wow.
So, yeah.
All right. Clearing up common misconception about your business. So cleaning looks easy, but there's a lot of detailed processes that people don't understand.
Yeah.
You sure about that?
So people always like to dumb down my price. I hate to say it.
Come on, really? That much?
For black motherfuckers. I just gotta be real.
Come on.
Give us a
I know, like
black people want deals. Is that
black
what
people. It's always your family and black motherfuckers.
What?
I could say it because I'm black, so I'm not like being racist, but they always try to dumb you down, and they do this, and then it'd be like, they think their house is not dirty, but your house, people get, the misconception is detail cleaning opposed to deep cleaning and regular cleaning. A lot of people are surface clean. You're surface clean. This place in here is surface clean. Okay. You look around, it's surface clean. If I start really looking around,
Oh, she gonna
white
dig it.
glove test.
She gonna start.
But
digging it.
honestly,
Bro,
I think who cleans it is really good because I kind of already like when my daughter and I, we laugh wherever we go now that we clean, we look at things that maybe you or your wife won't look. We look at, they call them the sore eyes, the vents, baseboards, glass, dust on things. You know, you look at that and you be like, yeah, this shit ain't clean. They just surface clean it. Or, oh shit, Bella, they cleaning
Flash
this
media.
shit.
Flash media.
This place is clean. No bullshit. Because I'm looking around. I don't see any build-up dust. I don't see anything. So most people are surface clean. Nobody, if you got a full bar at home and it's glass, or you got a lot of glass or a lot of fixtures, you're not doing that daily. I'm not even at my house, but I do it every fucking Saturday because I'm just a neat freak. I'm OCD. It's my thing. I love it. I get a satisfaction. I'm a severe coffee drinker. That's my thing. It's my day to just really do our house detailed, and it's a way for me to continue to be a student of the craft. I'm learning different tricks, techniques, but a lot of people aren't dusting your baseboards. A lot of women, a lot of nasty ass women, a lot of popular nasty ass women, fellas, the ones you like on Instagram. You heard? Women ain't doing them baseboards and mopping and.
So would you say that the misunderstanding that you're running into is that most people think that they want to interpret the surface cleaning as deep cleaning? They want to interpret it as that? Is like
they do, or they like to pick down the price. So for instance, I come in here and I tell you guys it's a certain price. Okay, I'm gonna charge you guys $500 to do this. I'm gonna do everything top to bottom. Somebody is gonna say, maybe a husband or a wife or a daughter or whoever's paying. Well, you don't got to do the windows. Don't worry about the windows. Don't worry about the carpet. Don't worry about the pillow. You start saying don't worry about almost everything. Just do this and this. You being cheap. You being like, everything needs to be done. And then you're calling me when we only do 2 things. And you're like, but well, yeah, you didn't want us to go over there. We didn't. No, we didn't. You didn't want us to. So it gets, people like to, and it's always people with the most designer on. That always just baffles me. You gotta.
Oh, you said with the most designer
got
on?
the Bentley truck outside. You know, look, I want to keep my customers and stuff. So it just baffles me. A lot of people priorities is fucked up.
But the wealthy and the rich are taught to always negotiate. They think that everything.
And let me tell you, celebrities are some of the worst. They the cheapest. Okay,
Really?
I got a lot of celebrity clients. I got some NDAs, so you know. But celebrities, I do like to do celebrities' houses. Yes, I do. But some of y'all, I'm trying to get to where y'all at.
Yeah.
They be the cheapest.
Yeah. It's crazy.
That's a lot.
Yeah, they'll pay $1,000 for a lineup, but when
Their homes are, I got a client. I used to do the Candy Pins house. Shout out to the Candy Pins LA. But that was like a 5-bedroom, full bath, huge Hollywood Hills mansion. And they wanted me to match their current cleaner for $160.
Hell no.
I mean, what, they go to Craigslist?
Yeah, we good.
Come on, man.
For one, boo, I got all the credentials every big company has. I'm totally legit. I pay taxes. I ain't just your mom and pop.
What are they trying to do?
So, you know, a lot of people do that to me. A lot of people try to dumb it down. And I don't mind negotiating. But I'm already negotiating. I'm already the cheapest. I do my research. So I try to be just below the market, but just enough to make decent money. And I'm still reachable.
Yeah.
But you
People
don't want to
still try
be
to-
but you don't want to be insulted either.
Oh, I'm not. I turn money away all the time.
There you go.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
right on. All right, we're gonna switch some gears here. Go to something philosophical that you said that I thought was really cool, and I'd love for you to expand upon it. What you're most scared of is unfulfilled potential.
Mm-hmm. And I got that out of, believe Dick Gregory.
Yeah, he's dope.
Dick Gregory has said that before. I got that from one of my good scholars. I listen to Dr. Miles Monroe on the daily, and I love Mufti Mink. He's an Islam scholar. But what I mean by I'm most scared of unfulfilled potential is that every day we have a new opportunity. It's a new chance. Yesterday is yesterday. Everything could have went bad yesterday. But today is a new chance for everything could go right. But you have to leave yesterday and yesterday. You got to keep moving forward. You can't look back. And I've noticed that if I continue to look in my rearview mirror, I'll never be able to see the front windshield. I'll never be able to see my future because I'm constantly looking back. And sometimes we're just too hard on ourselves. Sometimes a lot of us want to please everyone, make other people proud. You got to make yourself proud. You have to do what you want to do. In my home, my baby there does hair and all kind of stuff. I push her to her full potential. Okay, what you want to do? You want to do hair? I went and got her the bombest pink chair. How you want to set this up? Let me support you to your fullest potential because you will perform at your fullest potential. Mm-hmm. Let me aid that. Let me ease up some overwhelmness. Let me ease up any frustrations. Let me make it easy for you so that you can focus on your full potential. My other daughter, Kyla, she loves art. She wants to be an artist. That's her dream job. She works for me right now, but her dream job is to do art, and she's good at it. She's getting better. So I support my children. No one supported me, so I'm so far late in the game getting my life together. But I feel like a lot of us have unfulfilled talent and potential in us, and sometimes we need people to push us. And so a support system is everything.
Actually, we had a previous guest that talked about some of the strains of life. We need those strains because it's what cracks you to
be better. Yeah. It's just like when you're building muscle. It's the repetition of the heaviness, or they say, I'm probably saying it different. But you have to have like pressure on it to build it. You just can't do it lightly. It's not going to build. It has to be a repetition of a pressure. Yeah. So yeah.
Right on. Okay. Advice on life, work, relationships. You said ask everything early. You've met all kinds of men. Men lie a lot. So ask questions early. So is this dating advice?
Yes. I would just say
dating advice. Here we go.
In my time, right? In my experiences, which I just went through, I'm not even going to hold you.
Fresh out of a relationship?
I am. I'm fresh out of a relationship of, let's say about maybe 8 months now.
Congrats.
Of a 7-year relationship where I was the side bitch. But I knew it.
That's tough.
I knew it. It wasn't tough. It was tough. You don't know how deep shit be until you in it. And you think that, so it's not even cheating. See, a lot of Americanized women think that a man should be with one woman. I don't. I think that man should be man. I think you should let your nigga be a nigga. I've been to Africa, Germany, Costa Rica. I've been around the world. Men got multiple wives and they all cool with it. The man taking care of them, and I know some women probably gonna say, yeah, but that's only for men that could take care of the women. Whoa. I get it, but bitch, you should have your own too. Be able to take care of your nigga too. Because if your man fall, your king fall, can you help him out? Women always want to be bossed up and, but can you boss a nigga up? Can you help your nigga? Especially if he a good nigga. Shame on you, bitch. Because somebody like me, hey. And then a lot of niggas get side bitches because the main bitches be too comfortable. You don't dress up no more. You don't role play. You don't suck dick. You don't like anal. You don't want to swallow cum. The side bitch ready to do that. We with it. And we loving and we paying like we weigh. Bitches don't be liking a trick. I'm a big old trick. But all of that, you just got to be a confident woman and a boss. And a lot of women got to get off of that. I ain't doing nothing for a nigga. My mama didn't teach me. Well, shame on your loser ass fucking mama, bitch. Because real bitches with getting money, we looking out for niggas. We loving to spend our money on a nigga we like. We love to see the nigga in it. Oh, them the shoes I bought you, daddy. Oh, he wearing the watch I bought him? Okay. Yeah. He smelling good to shit. Yeah. And don't nobody want a nigga that don't know other bitch want. Yeah, bitch, look at my nigga. Yeah, you want to come home with us? So a lot of bitches, husbands,
Jose.
bitches is just whack to me nowadays, and they like to get on the side bitch. Well, you ain't gonna never be nothing but a side bitch in life. That's cool, bitch. Your husband loved me, and he mad at you right now because I just broke up with him. So, it's cool, but I'd rather be that than to be the main bitch and be miserable.
Yeah.
Your nigga doing you all kind of dirty. So, but with all of that too, I've been in a situation where I watched the love of my life go back to the love of his life.
Damn.
So see, that's deep. So as a side bitch, that come with some deep shit too. You probably always some people become the main bitch, but as a side bitch, you gotta risk or know that maybe one day the nigga will never leave home, or he gonna always stay with her for whatever reasons, life partners, business partners, like some Will Smith type shit. But I'm like this. Do you, my nigga? Be a man, whatever that mean. Just don't bring me no diseases. If you might have a baby on the way, just let me know. We both take care of it. Don't be no surprises. Because a man gonna be a man. 9 times out of 10, when a nigga have a baby on the side, he gonna be with the woman he had the baby with. It just be niggas fuck. That's just what it is. Women, we like you if we fucking you. Men, it's like an ego thing. It's like it don't really mean shit. Now you could fall in love with a bitch. That happens. But when you got a down-ass, best friend-ass bitch, like a Kevin Gates type of situation, type of things, you just got to know that, man, a nigga love me, a nigga there when I call him. That's all that really matter to a real bitch getting money. I'm getting money like this nigga. I'm traveling. Bitch, you can have him for a minute. He ain't going nowhere. He both of our nigga. It is what it is. And if most bitches think like me, it'll be a lot less cheating. A lot of niggas will be able to go home and be real with their wives.
Hey,
Would you say you're the rare exception?
I am.
Eavesdrop podcast.
Wow.
I am.
What episode is this? Drew?
Episode 18.
Yeah, I am. Let a man be a man and stop not willing to do what your nigga want him to do. Do that shit, bitch. You'll get far
I
ahead.
think that's why there are a lot of divorces happen too.
And let me just say this. My ex nigga who married and got his bitch and my love of my life went back to the love of his life, that nigga still checking for me. I just choose not to deal with him because I didn't like how it played out.
Man.
So
All right.
they always looking for me. I ain't the problem.
Switching gears again.
It's not me. It's you.
Yeah, it ain't me. I walk away. I will leave you.
So
I'm
this
like,
is,
I ain't got to deal with this shit.
You might want to take a drink for this question.
Okay.
So this question is a little deep. I'm going to set it up.
Okay.
You had talked about that some trauma.
Mhm.
You're like, man, I got daddy trauma.
I do. I got trauma.
I got gang trauma. Okay, so how did being molested by your father at 6 affect how you deal with relationships today at 41?
Okay, I'm about to say some real shit that I've never said before. So this is like exclusive. It affected me really badly. One thing that this is like, this gonna be weird, and I don't know how anybody gonna take it, right? But because of what my dad did to me, it affected me in some sexual ways when dealing with men. And it affected me with, I always call a nigga daddy. And I'm always looking I fuck with older niggas. And I'm always looking for a man to like be proud of me. Or give me that daddy, like, I'm proud of you. You doing good, babe. Look at you. All right. I be looking for that. And I had to really like look at myself like, damn, that's a daddy issue. And I make a lot of I've been a side bitch a lot of times. I've dealt with women who had just men who had girlfriends. Those you have low self-esteem in some sense. I have high confidence and high self-esteem, but I do have, I guess, somewhat of low self-esteem too. Sometimes I can feel that like maybe, I don't deserve but what I'm getting, as far as dealing with somebody else's husband or somebody else's man. And that all stems from I'm assuming it stems from my father molesting me searching for and wanting that daddy love, that father figure. And then sexual wise, I feel like because my father never penetrated me, my dad never, had sex with me penetration wise, what he would do is he would fondle me. He would play with my private with his fingers, right? Not like finger bang me or nothing, but he would fondle me. And I remember one time when my dad I would always just lay there and be tense and I'll pretend like I was asleep. But one time he was fondling me and that's when it aroused me and it felt good. And I believe that was my first time. I think it was probably when I was maybe 8.5, because when I turned 9, that was when I was about gone from Oregon. I told my aunt, but it aroused me and I remember it feeling good. And I remember me opening my legs up a little bit. And I can't really say if I came or not or knew what that was, but I do remember it felt good to me for the first time. And I know that moving forward now at 41, I'm an open book. I'm a triple threat. I'm open in sex. I'm very freaky. That don't come from my dad. That just come from just being, I don't know, open, maybe, I don't know, but being open in sex. But I do know that I do like it when my man, not a man, but my man, I'm not really into oral sex, but I do like it when my man rubbed me with his fingers down there, like what my dad used to do. And so I didn't really realize that for a long time of why I like that until I think one of my partners asked me, like, why do you like that opposed to not liking this? And I said it out loud and then I was like, oh shit, that shit is that was my first experience of me.
You made a connection. Feeling
it and liking it and like, oh, I like how that feel. And unfortunately for me, it was from my dad. But yeah, so that all, sometimes it fucks with me mentally. Yeah. And then I think that, just me dealing with older men all my life, dealing with toxic man controlling me. I've been in some abusive relationships, me staying there and just taking it, thinking that I don't deserve better. That all comes from daddy issues.
Wow. Well, hey, thank you for your honesty.
Yeah.
Thank you for sharing.
Thank you for
Yeah, that
being
is
vulnerable.
honest.
We're about to switch gears again. All right. Switching gears. I want to bring something out that you had mentioned it twice before, maybe even 3 times before, but it was, if God held me and brought me through, he can do the same for you. So what that kind of tells me is that, when God, he said he held you and brought you through something, it's also what he was teaching you.
Yeah.
So I have 4 things that I'm going to ask you about what God taught you.
Okay.
What did God teach you about the streets, your father, your mother, and the gang life?
That's a great question. What did God teach me about? God taught me about my mom and dad that they were broken people. They never had any love or any hope in their lives because my dad only made it to a 3rd grade education. He spoke Spanish, no English. He was a paiso. So he didn't really have any motivation or hope. I'm not really sure what my grandparents' life was for him, but my mom, she was a hopeless situation. So they were just hurt, broken people trying to do the best that they could with what they known. And they're human and they're human and all humans make mistakes and need love too. So I forgave my parents. My dad is still living. I don't speak to him. My mom is dead. She's been dead quite some time. I made peace with them though. I'm not angry with them. I love them and understand that, it just is what it is. As far as what did God teach me about the streets is that God had to send me through all that. I refer to my life as like I'm one of God's strongest soldiers, like Moses, Joseph. Joseph was sold into slavery for 30 years by his brothers. They were jealous of him. He was his dad's favorite. But then Joseph ruled the whole fucking nation after 30 years, and his brothers had to come back to him and bow down. Well, my brothers have had to come back to me and get a job from me. So I look at it, my life like that, like, okay, God. And God took all of them in the Bible through some shit. Abraham, everybody, he tested them. You know, you got to be tested in order to be in God's mighty army. And so not everybody, you know, there's heaven and there's paradise. Not everybody going to paradise. A lot of people going to heaven, but not everybody going to paradise. I'm going to paradise. And that's in Revelations. You got to really read the Bible and really cipher it. I had to go through everything I went through. And it's made me who I am, but it taught me that God took me through all that for today. And so it's like being battle tested.
Cool. We usually ask the question of name or give 3 words to describe yourself. Funny as hell, silly as fuck, and serious at the same time.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Spot on. Hell yeah.
So you had mentioned that you do love the hardcore life or real life documentaries, but you also love the Twilight Zone, your favorite show, the movie or the
the original, the black and white.
The old school shows.
I love the Twilight Zone.
Oh, yeah.
And I believe it's because my mom, when we were young, one point in time, I remember we were in a women's shelter of my mom, and in the day room, in the living room, we all sat around and all it was on the TV was the Twilight Zone. Yep. And so I was real young. And I think it was from that. But I love it now. I love the Twilight Zone. That's something I binge watch all the time.
So this is funny because you had mentioned earlier about a softy side of yourself, you know.
Yeah, my soft girl era.
Like, so you say you love the movie Gone with the Wind.
I love Clark.
So I was about to say right now, so, you know, when people say like, oh, you know, that's like the nerd in me likes this or this, what is that in you that likes Gone with the Wind?
Well, because when I came back from Oregon, my grandmother raised me, and my grandmother played Carmen Jones, Harry Belafonte, Gone with the Wind, old school movies like that. And I would sit there and watch them. And she called me grandma because she said I had an old soul. So I fell in love with Gone with the Wind the way that Scarlett was in love with that older man. Okay. She loved him. But in that movie, she waited and it was too late for her. And I was just really rooting for her to get with him because he loved her. But she didn't love him. She loved that toxic ass motherfucker.
I've never seen the movie.
You got to watch it. And if people know it, they like, yep, I know what you're talking about, girl. He wanted her, and when it was too late and she got him, yeah, it was over. So yeah.
Right on.
I like old vintage things.
Cool. All right, audience, you might want to perk your ears up for this because she has an announcement she wants to share. I'm gonna help you out with this announcement, but you have something coming up in the fall of 2025, a new business?
Yes.
Tell us about this new business you got coming up.
So we are launching Adrianna's Cleaning Service Corporation, New York. Shout out to my boy BG, beloved, love. I hooked up with some really great men, saw something in me. And those are the people that say, hey, could you get to New York? You get yourself to New York. We got everything else. And my life took off. And so I have some potential contracts, Airbnb cleanings, homes that I could now open up Adrianna's cleaning service in New York. I have a great team there. Family, I love it. I'll be back in New York in 2 weeks. It's going to be a movie. And then we're also opening, we're going to start Adrianna's, I don't know what it's called yet. So I'm dibbing and dabbing with that, but we're going to be washing trash cans, like a trash cans washing service. Yes. But we're still coming up with like a unique name. I don't want everything to be Adrianna's Cleaning Service. We're trying to come up with some unique, fun,
So is that catchy. 2 things? One thing in New York and then the thing with the trash cans?
Yes, the trash can services, we're going to be opening that up in June 2025, summer. So I'm going to be doing some free demos, like with some of my clients. I do their homes on a regular routine clean. I'm going to clean their trash cans for free. Start that service. Yeah, very reasonable, not too much. Excellent. So those are the 2 things that we have coming up.
Opening a building ACS in New York? What's ACS?
Oh, so just opening our own office building. Not nothing small, just a suite. I mean, not nothing big. Just opening up somewhere where people can come, like a warehouse building, like something like this, a suite where you can come and show me your skills. A lot of times I hire people that look good on paper. But when you get in a house or a commercial two different cleanings, residential and commercial, two different cleanings, detail cleaning and regular cleaning, two different cleanings. So what we're going to do is we are going to do a warehouse, a building where you come and you train. Instead of me training you on the job and then I have to go over you and I'm paying you. No, we're going to cut that out. We're going to train you and see, we're going to dirty up the place. A training pit, like, and see if you can clean like you say you can clean. And that's where we'll get you ready to get you out there.
All right.
That could be another business, certified people.
Yeah. Certifying.
You've been asked to be in a short film.
Yeah. So my boy BG out in Memphis. Shout out to Memphis. My guy BG and my guy Beloved out of New York. Okay, first of all, let me just tell y'all who Beloved is. So Beloved is Love. He Biggie Small's right hand man. That song "Bop from the Pop from the Barbershop." Nah, that's my nigga Love. Nah, Love wasn't disrespect. I didn't say him. I hooked up with them niggas out of New York. So it's up and stuck. Shout out to BG because my boy BG took me out there. Like I'm with Smith and Wesson, them type of people. So
solid.
It's big shit going on for your girl, and they love me, and it's my personality and my authenticness, my realness. I'm just so real and blunt. But BG they got movies on Tubi. BG Big Gun Productions out of Memphis. They said that they got they got a film they're writing and producing and shooting, and they have a perfect part for me, how I am and perfect role for me. So stay tuned. And then Beloved got some short little films for me out in New York. They're getting things, street shit, just, some cool little like Power.
So to catch some of these short films, is there an IG account? Is there a YouTube account?
So we're barely in the beginning of talking and writing it, but I'm assuming with BG and the Big Gun Productions, that should be coming out on Tubi, YouTube, private little apps like that.
And then last but not least, this is not the only podcast you've been on and going to be on, right?
Yes and no. So, I mean, yes. So this is my first podcast I did on the telephone with TK Kirkland. Shout out to my boy, comedian TK Kirkland. My boy traveling all over the world. That is my friend. I just went and saw him at the Pasadena Ice House. He killed it. So I did my first ever podcast interview on TK's podcast. He do a phone type thing. And then I did my second one with Beneath the Palms on the Fuego Network. That was my first time ever really starting to tell my story. And this is I did my third one in New York on Untold Fed Stories. That's dropping soon. That's going to be explosive with Beloved. Shout out to Love. Brooklyn, Brownsville, stand up. But anyhow, and then this is my fourth podcast.
That's what's up.
Yeah. And then I have a fifth one coming out again. I'm going to shoot one in New York coming up. Shout out to Alana, Smith and Wesson. My girl Alana, they have a podcast I'm going to do coming soon. So yeah. So shit is taking off. I got a book 25. I'm writing. I'm writing my book. So shit is just taking off.
Yeah.
Okay. Cheers.
Yeah.
Cheers. Yes.
Cheers. That's all we can say.
Y'all catch me with 50 Cent on the show, just be like, man, we knew it.
Cheers.
Cheers. Or with Snoop Dogg, the gin and juice.
Cheers.
Shout out to my boy Snoop.
Cheers.
Excellent. Beautiful, beautiful. All right, we're at the last 2 minutes. If you could eavesdrop on any historical conversation, which one would it be? You had a very interesting answer. You said the 1% of men who own 99% of the world, you want to be at that round table.
That secret society. I watch all those documentaries daily. It's my go-to. It's just the power. Nobody wants to be broke. We all want to live. Well, I want to live like the Kardashians. I ain't going to hold you. I want to live like all them rich ass Dubai,
Mm-hmm.
Saudi Arabia, queens and princesses with all that money. Oh man, like I just love that type of power. Power in the wrong hands is bad.
Mhm.
But the 1% of men who own all of everything, it's just like, damn, ownership is everything. And I never understood why I wasn't taken serious in my younger days when I was doing little businesses or when I was starting up school or anything that I was doing. I didn't stick to it. I wasn't serious. And I was upset with people who had money or potential to invest in me. And now I understand today, I didn't have nothing I was bringing to the table.
Mm.
What was I going to bring to the table for anybody to invest? And so being around those 1%ers that think like that, and I'm around those type of people now, the conversations are different. They're deep. They motivate me. I'll be like, damn, this motherfucker cutting deals. They talk about real money. Like real shit. The shit I'm making is like, I'll be embarrassed. Like, ooh, I'm like, yeah, I ain't doing shit. Like I need to really go harder. Like when I'm in those type of conversations or meetings, or like how BG took me along to New York and I met all these celebrities and all these people who embraced me and was like, yo, when you coming back, T.I.? Like they love my heart and aggressiveness. They aggressive out there. So it fit. California people tell me, man, you aggressive. You know, you too masculine. You too aggressive. No, I'm just not for you, boo. I'm not your cup of tea, and it's cool. I found my cup of tea. It's in New York, and it's okay. So they pump me up like, pop your shit. It's your turn. You heard? It's your turn. Like I'm like, yo, damn. They like, yeah, you got the city, all 5 boroughs. I'm like, yo, word? Like I'm just like, yo, I gotta go harder. I gotta get this money, and I want to become one of them 1%ers that own 99% of the world. So I study that, but you got to study their habits. You have to be, because it's all kind of meetings and secret shits going on right now that we don't know about.
Right.
Every time I got invited to one of them swinger parties, you had to be on one of them lists. Not everybody get that list. Not everybody get that text.
Right.
It's a lot of that going on in the political world, Netflix world. I got a lot of celebrity clients that I can't talk about that. I mean, they teach me a lot. They put me in certain, do this, do that. You got Duns and Brad's number? Oh, okay, you don't do that. You in Navy Federal Credit Union? Oh, okay, cool. Here, use my, get up in there. Here go all my credit. Strangers that really want to see me up.
Mm.
Mm. I love it. I love it. I love it. Bucket list. And I can imagine your first one, what it's going to look like. Buying your first home.
Yes. So that's another thing is fear has been holding me. I've been ready to buy my first home. My tax lady and for a long time, they tell me, they like, you tripping. You ready? I'm like, nah, I ain't. Like, I ain't. All right, I'm ready. So I'm getting ready. I say next year, the end of this year, or maybe sooner, I'm really going to do that. But that's another thing of fears holding me back. I'm afraid because all of that is on me now. Mm-hmm. Everything, like where we live in our little luxury apartment, I call, come fix this, come do, hey, it's no problem. And all of that's going to go on me, you know? And so I'm like, okay, all right, God, I know you didn't bring me this far to let me down now. I know I didn't come this far for now. All my shit just now. I'm not, no. I know I got a bigger purpose. So yes, that is something that I can't wait. And I know I got it. I'm ready.
Yeah, I can imagine what it's going to look like.
Oh yeah.
I think it'd be a rental property first. Okay. I don't think it'd be my dream home or anything like that. It'll be a rental property. And then eventually it'll become a dream home after a few like rental investments.
Like an Airbnb?
Beautiful.
Yeah. Yeah. Something like that.
All right. This is the last question here. So, your go-to song, Guilty Pleasure Jam, you got Geeked Up.
Starting to see spaceships on Bankhead. Yeah. I roll with gangsters, pill poppers, and geeked up, geeked up. That's my shit. That come on anywhere in the church. I'm liable to be like, church. You heard? Man, nigga cashing checks and turning necks. Church. What?
Cheers.
Tabernacle.
Yeah. Tabernacle. Okay,
Adrianna.
preach.
Keys. Pop your keys. You
Adrianna
feel me?
Sanchez.
Yankee.
Thank
She
you
a
for coming on the
Yankee.
show.
Yeah.
Thank you so much.
This has been great.
Yeah.
Thank you guys.
You are so
I
amazing.
love it.
You are
This has
so
been
amazing.
great.
Appreciate your aura.
I hope I didn't scare the viewers.
Oh,
Chad.
I know. Viewers,
They
this is,
learn.
and this is right at the viewers now. Guys, I
Wow.
hope you enjoyed this episode. If
This
you
is
guys
raw
can
and
see,
uncut.
this was raw and uncut.
This is definitely the number one episode so far.
Lovely woman that we met today. And wow, I hope you guys were just as impressed as I was.
Don't judge a book by its cover, right?
Right.
Hope y'all ladies was listening too, because she had a lot to say about the ladies.
Step y'all fucking game up.
Damn.
If you getting money, it ain't tricking if you got it.
Nah, that's real talk.
With that, hey, that's our show for tonight, guys. You guys have a great night. God bless. Much love.
Much love.
Peace.
Peace, everybody.